Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the course orientation for Computer System Servicing NC2. And I'm here to discuss everything about our subject and how we will be doing it using the distance learning modality. Okay. Before we start, let me give you a brief description of myself, a sort of a short introduction. I am Mr. Jose Jerome C. Mendoza, and I will be your teacher for Computer System Servicing NC2 for the school year 2020-2021. I graduated from Technological University of the Philippines with a degree in Bachelor of Science and Electronics and Communications Engineering. My first work experience was as an IT operator for telecommunications company, and then I transferred to Hewlett-Packard Enterprise, stayed there for 5 years as an IT consultant, and then I moved here in Marinduque to teach senior high school in 2017, and I've been teaching ever since. I've handled CSS1 gates as an advisor for 3 years now, and that's it. Okay, let's start off by introducing CSS. So the course prerequisite is a completed grade 11 standing. So you should have completed the first semester and second semester of grade 11 major. And the short description of our subject is that this is an introductory course that leads to a computer system servicing NC2. It contains 7 common competencies, all of which should be included or should have been completed already from your grade 11, and 4 core competencies, most of which will be discussed during your grade 12. Now, since the school year started late, what DepEd did was to compress the competencies. So for this year, we will be starting with core competency number 2, since core competency number 1 mainly includes the assembly, disassembly, introduction of computers, crimping of cables, and so on. So this year we will start with core competency number 2, which is setting up computer systems. Setting up computer networks, with the learning competencies: install network cables, set network configuration, setting of router, Wi-Fi, and wireless access point configuration, and then inspect and test the configured computer networks. For core competency number 3, that's setting up computer servers. The learning objective number 1 is set up user access, configure network services, and perform testing, documentation, and pre-deployment procedures. The 4th core competency is the maintaining and repair of computer systems and networks. The learning objectives are plan and prepare for maintenance and repair, maintain computer systems and networks, diagnose faults of computer systems and networks, rectify or correct defects in computer systems and networks, and lastly, inspect and test the computer systems and networks. Now, going back to setting up computer networks and learning objective 1, ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na na-handle na ninyo or na pag-aralan na ninyo nung grade 11. So, sa installation ng cable networks, nandito pumapasok yung crimping. Pero, meron pa rin tayong mga topics na i-discuss under dyan. Mamaya i-discuss natin sa subject requirements, yung mga topics na mako-cover natin under install network cables. For setup computer servers, this is a bit complex because this will be the first time that you will be introduced to this kind of configuration. So we will be handling a server and a client. So from grade 11, I'm assuming that most of the networks that you've handled are mostly peer-to-peer or client-to-client. So this time, we will be using server and we are the ones who tayo din na magko-configure. So yun, medyo mahirap ang part na to sa core competency number 3. Maintain and repair is very self-explanatory. So dito matututunan ninyo yung troubleshooting methods, how to maintain, paano may iwasan ng madaling pagkasira ng mga computers, and of course pag-aayos. Okay? Now, system of grading for applied subjects ang nakalagay, pero this should be specialized subject, yung major. No? So, written work is 20%, performance task 60%, and nakalagay din dito quarterly exam, though may mga bali-balita na aalisin daw ito ni DepEd. We're still not sure, so I'll just give you an update once that's been confirmed. Okay? So 20, 60, 20, pinakamalaki pa rin ang performance task, which is sa ngayon hindi pa rin sigurado kung makakapag-performance task tayo sa CSS. Okay? Course or subject requirement. So for first quarter, ang requirement ko is the modular keystone and patch panel configuration. So as I mentioned earlier, tapos na tayo sa crimping, tapos na kayo sa crimping. So ito ang pag-aaralan natin at ito ang magiging output natin for the first quarter. For second quarter, it's all about wireless network configuration. So magsiset tayo ng router, ng wireless access point, and gagamitin natin siya, i-apply natin siya sa actual network devices, okay, or sa isang network. Okay? Now, class schedule is a bit tricky. This is a schedule for CSS2 Zuckerberg that I'll be using as an example. So, for week 1 and 4, all subjects scheduled during Monday and Wednesdays will have synchronous consultation hour. Pag sinabing synchronous, meron niyang interaction between teacher and students, whether it be online or through call or text or Facebook Messenger. So, yun, week 1 and week 4, pag dyan natapat ang inyong subject, Monday and Wednesday, meron kayong synchronous consultation hour. Okay? Pagdating naman ng second week and third week, tapos ang subject ninyo is on Tuesday and Thursday, doon naman papasok ang inyong consultation hour or yung synchronous consultation hour. While those subjects scheduled during Fridays will always have synchronous consultation hour. Now, all subjects on Fridays will have consultation hours. So, ang subjects usually naman pag Fridays is PE, CGP, and homeroom guidance, where I expect din, lalo sa advisory ko, to na pasukan din. So, let me just go back to the schedule of CSS to Zuckerberg. So, ang schedule namin is Wednesdays. Every Wednesday ang meeting namin. So, sabi dito, pag Monday and Wednesdays, ang synchronous hour namin, ang synchronous consultation hour namin is during week 1 and week 4. Ibig sabihin, sa week 1, magmi-meet kami ng Wednesday. Sa week 4, magmi-meet din kami ng Wednesday. Now, what happens on week 2 and week 3? Now, week 2 and week 3 is asynchronous consultation hour. So, pag sinabing asynchronous, dito yan. So, balik muna tayo sa synchronous. So, pakibasa and pakiintindi. So, synchronous consultation hour, teacher and student will have online consultation, as I've mentioned. Pwedeng call, text, Facebook Messenger, or Google Meet, or Zoom. Merong recitation, and a two-way process of distance learning. So, magtuturo ako, sasagot kayo, magtatanong ako. Ganun. So, asynchronous naman is student will continue studying, that is using the modules that you've been provided. And as a teacher, ang role ko is to dagdagan yung mga learning resources ninyo. So, pwede akong mag-provide ng videos and PowerPoint presentation para mas madali ninyong maintindihan yung mga nasa modules. Okay? Now, session or study guide. So sa envelope ninyo, kasama ng modules would be a session guide. As the name suggests, it will be a guide of the things that you will need to do for that particular schedule. Say for example, nakasulat sa session guide 7:30 magche-check ng attendance. 9:30 magsasagot ng activities 1, 2, and 3. Pagdating ng 1 o'clock, magbabasa naman ng modules. So, that would be your guide for a specific day. And kung masusundan ninyo ang session guide, hindi kayo matatambakan ng trabaho. Okay? Now, how to submit outputs. Now, there are some who will be doing online. And for online students, I expect your output to be submitted through Google Classroom or email. Okay? For students who will be doing modular, I expect your output to be submitted every Friday. So, ang sabi is ilalagay pa rin sa envelope ninyo, then ibabalik sa barangay officials para maihatid nila sa amin yung inyong output. So, ganun ang gagawin natin para sa mga modular students. One thing to note here is that to never post your answers in the group chat or Facebook Messenger. So, wala akong tatanggapin na output na ipapasa using Facebook Messenger, okay? Now, how to submit outputs? Bali, ito is just a format. So, make sure that you have a copy of this. Nakasulat ang pangalan, grade level, section, LRN, and every time magsasagot ng activity, kailangan nakasulat ang activity number, nakasulat ang title ng activity. Kung guide questions naman ang sinagutan, isulat ang number ng guide questions. Okay? That is specific to my subject. For other teachers, your other subject teachers, I'm not sure. But for me particularly, para mas madali ko siyang matchekan, kailangan ko yung activity number and title ng activity. Okay? Now, how to submit? Well, this template was actually a requirement suggested by our principal or yung OIC natin. Ang sabi dito is ilalagay ang inyong mga output sa isang paper envelope pa, yung pinaglalagyan ng letter. Then yun mismo ang ilalagay sa loob ng envelope. Now for me, I will not be requiring you to do this as long as magkakasama ang inyong mga activities. Make sure na naka-stapler or naka-clip para hindi mawala. Okay? Now, simple rules is, of course, always consider safety. I'm not requiring anyone to go to school or to meet with anyone for group study. So, I highly discourage that. Completely submit all activities, chapter tests, and requirements as scheduled. Dito, medyo magiging stricto ako sa submission ng requirements kasi mahirap checkan ang mga output. So, pag sinabi na deadline ay Friday, by Saturday, dapat nasa akin na ang inyong mga outputs. Okay? Work in collaboration but do not cheat. I won't comment much on this kasi nasa sa inyo ito. During test activities, wala akong control kung paano nyo siya i-execute and paano nyo siya sasagutan. Ang sa akin is just to be honest and try doing the work on yourself para mas matuto kayo. Yun naman talaga ang purpose natin, ba tayo nag-aaral. Make yourself available, especially during synchronous consultation hour. Now, this is another rule that maghihigpit ako. I make sure that I will be checking the attendance every day, every meeting, but especially during synchronous consultation hour. Kasi twice every month lang tayo magmi-meet, once a week lang. So, kailangan masulit natin ang ating synchronous consultation hour. Next is to enjoy every work that you're doing, lessen stress. Now, our schedule was designed to lessen stress. So, kung mapapansin niyo per week, per day, isang subject lang ang inyong pinag-aaralan. Kung masusundan ninyo ang session guide ninyo, hindi matatambak ang trabaho. So marami tayong nakikita na posts sa social media, mostly from college students, na natatambakan daw sila ng trabaho. So yun naman ang iniwasan natin sa DepEd. Kaya ganun ang naging itsura ng ating schedule. Okay? Now before I end, let me leave you with the message of our DepEd Secretary, Leonor Magtoles-Briones. We are on trying times, that all the activities we are doing are full of challenges. But despite all these challenges, our education must continue. So, the main reason kung bakit tayo nandito, kung bakit kayo nag-enroll is, of course, to learn, to graduate. So, kasi maraming nanghihinayang dun sa 1 year kung hihinto. So, nandyan na rin lang kayo, i-maximize na ninyo yung opportunity. Kung kaya ninyong matuto, ba't hindi pa ninyo pagpursigihan na matuto? So, hindi tayo nag-enroll para mag-attendance lang araw-araw. Nandito tayo para matuto. Okay? For any questions, I'm sure by this time, I've already given you my personal number. So, kung may mga questions, pwede ninyo akong kontakin doon. My Facebook is also available kung gusto ninyong doon ako tanungin. So that's it, and thank you everyone for hopefully listening all throughout this video. Thank you.